Hello Reborn Nation, I'm Sushma Palle. I hope y'all doing well. Some of y'all might know me and some of y'all don't. So I will go ahead and introduce myself and will let you all know why I'm here today. I'm an international student. I'm from India. My father is a pastor in India who is actually a overseer over there for a Reborn Nation church. His name is Samuel Palle, and around like 4 years ago, my dad and Pastor Josh met and we became family. And then, like 2 years ago, they came to India. Pastor Josh came first, and then Pastor Josh and Pastor Jakari came to India. Then we did some ministry over there, which was fantastic. And then at that time, I was trying to think to do my master's in computer science. I was in undergraduation then, yeah. So Pastor Josh gave us an idea of doing master's in the United States. So that's the reason I got here. And now it's been a complete year since I got to US. Yay! I did it. So that's exactly why I'm here with y'all today to share my experiences. Okay. To be honest, I've had a lot of fun things from the first day I got here because my family, right, especially Peavies and Millers, they made sure that I experience everything that an American kid does in their entire life. So they made me experience my first Build-A-Bear, which is fantastic. I built a really cute bear. But my favorite experience would be definitely going to Disney in Florida. So it was for my birthday. That birthday is like the best one in my entire life because I almost became a kid again. I was running around and I was just looking at my favorite princesses and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. So that would be my favorite experience and the best fun time. And then I've never realized that I actually like football, but I loved Georgia Bulldog game. I went to that. I think it's in December. That's the Christmas present from Pastor Josh. So I didn't know that I like football, but here I am. I loved it. It's so cool. So that was my fun experience. Yes, I do remember the first day of mine in the United States. Okay, it was terrible because it was like a very long process than usual. You will have an interview when you get off the plane for international students. They will ask you a couple questions why you got here and stuff, and then they will send you out. That's supposed to be like 2 minutes for, I don't know, unfortunately it took me 4 hours. So they've been interviewing me this entire 4 hours, talking with different people. They got me a whole translator to talk me in Hindi, which was fun, I guess. But yeah, so it was like 4 hours. But the most important thing that I remember the first day that I got here is like the 1 hour before my flight was landing. I was sitting in the flight, I was crying, like it's ugly cry that comes out of you, because I was so terrified. I was scared. I was like, I'm in a whole different country and I'm about to go out and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was like, please take me home. And I'm already scared, and then these people made me scared more. But finally they talked to Pastor Josh, Pastor Jakari, and LB, who are actually fighting for me outside the airport, like, we want Sushma right now. So they were just trying to fight them people. So yeah, that's actually not fun, but I honestly say that's the only day that I felt terrible in this entire year of my journey in the United States. I would like to answer this question like in two different ways, like in a physical way and in a spiritual way. So when it comes to the physical way, there are definitely a lot of differences from my home back India and in here, especially the way that, I know this sounds so feminist, but you know, so the way they don't treat they don't take the decisions of women over there in India, and the way the people respect women over here in United States was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, it's so cool, because I felt respected. Like I saw people giving me respect even though I'm angry than them, like taking my decisions and stuff. So that made me so happy. And when it comes to the spiritual part, as we all know, India is a religious country. Especially when it comes to Christianity, it is way more religious. I know when you all hear this term religious, you will have a particular limit of being religious in Jesus, in Christianity, but I'm gonna let you guys know that limit, India is way more worse than that. Because it's not that I'm trying to degrade my country. I love my country, don't get me wrong. I love my people so much. But it's the way that they grew up. So even though they're Christians, it is way more religious. They were trying to have all these bonds around them, these religious holes they are having in their lives. And then when I got here, I saw the real Christianity, which is not religious, which is not about how you look. It's all about what is your heart posture. So that made me, like, I was literally, wow, I think this is what I needed in my entire life. This is what I was trying to get, but I don't know what it is. And that's the major difference that I found from back home and here. Yep. My mental battles have always been, I'm the eldest daughter in my house, so it's like, so I think all the eldest people in the families can understand what I'm talking about. So when you're the elder one in the family, you are basically the second mom. You're basically the second dad. Like, you have to take decisions and you have to be responsible all the time. You are not allowed to do any mistakes in your life at all, because every time they try to remind you that you are keeping a pot for the next generation or for your siblings or whatever. So I've always had that thing, and I always felt like every time I make a mistake, I will just shut down. Like, I couldn't take it. And then when all these people are trying to like my family and everybody around me, they're just trying to say, like, you're the eldest one, you should know better. So all these things trying to make me feel more guilty about myself, and that made me less confident about me and my decision making. And then what ended up happening is that I started taking the most dumb decisions ever, because I was like, whatever decision I make, they're gonna say that it's wrong, and they're gonna tell me that you showed a wrong path to your next generation, so it doesn't matter or it doesn't change anything, so I'm gonna do what I want to do. So that was my mindset when I was back home. But God really helped me when I got here to change that mindset, because I still remember the first lesson. I think they are in my phone. I recorded, like, when I had this conversation with Pastor Jakari on a random day. He was talking to me, and then he said about no one's perfect. Like, perfection is a myth. You always tried to be perfect and you failed to be a perfect eldest daughter so you stopped trying, and then you just started doing everything that you're not supposed to do. Those words, like, they helped me a lot, and that's the first battle that God helped me to fight with, and it made me mentally stable. And now I'm like, I don't want to be perfect. Now I don't think about being perfect. I think about being myself. And I'm like, and God still loves me. So that's the mental battle that I always fought with, and then God helped me fight with it and just get over it. And then the spiritual battles is obviously the religious holes, and then I have no idea that I have all these strongholds on me until I got to Reborn Nation. Honestly, I always thought it's just me not wanting to be in church, because I'm a pastor's kid. I was in church my entire life, like, bro, like Sunday morning service, Sunday evening service, bro, 2 days after Wednesday you gotta go to church. Oh, okay. And then Thursday service, then you gotta go to the Friday service, then boom, Saturday service, and then you go back to Sunday morning Sunday school. I'm like, bro, I was in church more than my house. What's going on? So I was like, I was so tired of being in church, but later I realized I'm done with it. But when I got to Reborn Nation, God was like, I'm taking you. I'm like, I don't think so. You know, I'm gonna go sit in the back, just be a normal kid. But I know, like, my pastors can understand this, because they've been watching me from the first day. From the first day, God was like, one after the other, one after the other. There is no time for me to take, I'm free. No time. This entire year, like, he was whipping my behind so bad. I was like, sir, I'm gonna need you to give me a minute so I can breathe. So there, I cannot list y'all all the battles that I did this entire year. I don't know what he's actually planning for me, but it is really scary, because whatever this process, it's going pretty fast, and that scares me. So we did a project on artificial intelligence and machine learning. Those are our basic concepts. But what are we gonna do is, like, we're gonna take the X-ray images, or the chest X-ray images particularly, and then we're gonna predict the diseases that we can get in that particular part. So y'all can ask me, like, we already have this technology, but why we did this project? Because our technology, or our app, will predict the diseases way more earlier than the technology that we have right now. So our professor loved that entire thing, and he was like, we basically did it for our term assignment. Me and my friend Dami, we did it for, like, our term assignment, but it turned out my professor loved it, and then he asked us to do a real paper, and I was like, whoa, okay. So that was like a really big achievement for me. And then when it gets to my mental and my spiritual achievements, I became way too mature when I got here, which I love the most about me right now, because I'm not thinking like one of those kids anymore. Like, being here, it's like taking me from a bubble and just throwing me into reality. Like, go and see the real world. And I'm like, oh, okay. So this reality, being in this reality for like 1 year, taught me this maturity and being stable. And then obviously in spiritual life, I got like saved when I was back home, but I was never behaved like I was saved. If that makes any sense. Like I didn't take that salvation seriously. I was messing it up day after day. It was just so bad. So at one point I was like, I'm done. But I got here after a couple months. I got saved again, and then God started building me. He helped me to grow in Him and to be stable in Him, which is so good. And now here I am, like being really stable and not going right and left and right and left or doing some break dance, just staying stable. So yeah. I remember when I was coming here, my dad told me that I don't know what are you gonna do when you got there, because I'm not gonna be there, but I want you to be the best version of yourself to everybody over there. So our church people who are watching you from here, from back India, can see you and can take you as an inspiration, and especially our college adults, and then our youth, all those kids can take you as an inspiration to grow in God particularly. So for me, it's more about the kids like me in India, in our church, to I just want to let them see me, like how God changed my life, how God took me straight from a pit and made me stand in His house. I know that there are a lot of kids. I talked to a lot of kids when I was back home who think the same way that I used to think. Like, I'm not even worthy to go to church. I'm not even worthy to go to talk or to spend time with God because I'm filthy. I'm unholy. I'm not pure. I really want to let them know that me either. When you talk about being holy, being pure, had nothing to do with it. I was doing all the things that I was not supposed to do, but God still loved me, and He gave me a second chance for my life to turn to Him. Then He showed me the right way. He literally changed my entire life. I'm 22 right now. I've never imagined that my 21 years sin life can be changed in 1 year. I've never imagined. And that was a miracle that I would talk about every day. That was the thing that I would be grateful every day. I just wanted to show my church members back in India, whoever's gonna watch this video later from India, from here, I just want to let you all know, I don't care where you are at. I don't care in what pit you all just sitting and doing all your crazy stuff at. Bro, God still loves you. And He wants you to be in His house. He chose me. I can tell you, I'm the worst person. I was the worst person, and He still loved me. That's the only thing that I wanted to show, that I wanted to tell anybody in my Reborn Nation family. I've never imagined that God will use me, but He did. So I want to let you all know. Just come out of the pit. Just look at Him. give my Jesus a chance. And I bet you he will change your life as he did mine. Thank you. I love y'all.